Hi everyone, my name is Maryn. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to make breakfast, but I'm also going to go over the challenge part 2. I did try to record this on Friday a couple of days ago, but unfortunately my video got cut off, and so I'm just going to reiterate basically what I was saying. The only difference is I'm not in a car, and I'm not doing laundry, I'm doing my breakfast, so not everything is going to be 100%. But what I have been seeing in the car is, if you haven't watched the video, that's okay. I'm going to go over everything right now, so you don't need to stop this and watch that. You don't need to, trust me. But when on Friday, I went to go do laundry, I was doing all these errands, and I just dropped my, don't eat that, Hey, my dog. Don't eat it. He's so upset right now. He really wants to eat this egg. Hang on. Okay. Crisis averted. So I was doing laundry. I was running all these errands. And my Fridays tend to get pretty busy. I do a lot of errand hopping, and I'm just kind of getting ready for my week. I do all my grocery shopping. I go to the gym. There's just a lot of things that I do. And I'm going to add one more egg because basically all my egg whites went into this one. So I was doing laundry and I was starting to get kind of hungry. And I was like, oh, wow, this is when people break off from their diets, from their goals. This is the point where people typically fail. This is when people don't have whatever they need to make it through the day, and they are either forced a cheat meal or, whatever may happen. But they aren't doing what they wanted to do, what they expected to do. In this case, when I was doing laundry, hang on, this thing is stuck. Come on. You got it? Everything's fine. Sorry guys, kind of a mess today. But when I was doing laundry, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I'm hungry. It's that time when normally I would be having, let's see, it was almost 5 o'clock. So that's usually when I'm having my 4th meal of the day. Usually I'm eating something, and usually it's a pretty big, not pretty big, it's a decent sized meal. I mean, it's a good portion, I would say. And I didn't bring anything with me. There wasn't anything in my purse. There wasn't, I didn't think about it beforehand and say to myself, you know what, I'm not going to be home for a long time. I actually did think I was going to go home after I went to boxing. So I had yoga at 9. So I left the house at 9 in the morning. So at 9, I went to the gym, and I got my weigh-ins, I got my body fat percentage done, all of that good stuff. And then at 10 o'clock, I had yoga. And then at noon, so at 11, I drive to go to boxing. In San Diego, we do have a ton of traffic, so it does take about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to get 13 miles down the road. We just have a lot of traffic. And so, I drove to boxing. Boxing was at 12. Usually beforehand, if I get there a little early, I'll hang out with the coaches, and they'll just kind of give me some pointers. They'll give me some things to work on. It's taking a long time to heat up. They'll just give me some pointers. They'll help me out with my stances. They'll help me out with my arms. I have horrible posture, so they will always help me with that. And we'll go over that stuff, and then 12 o'clock the class happens, and then at 1 o'clock I usually start, I go home, I'll have a snack or whatever, a meal, lunch, whatever. Usually between yoga and boxing, I'll grab something quick to eat. Usually like, maybe like some sharp lactose-free cheddar cheese and some gluten-free crackers. Maybe I'll grab one of those fruit plates over at the grocery store, just something small, something to tie me into my boxing class. And so, and then 1 o'clock happens. I usually typically go home, and that's when I have like my lunch, a shower, and then I go off and do my errands. Well, I didn't do that on Friday. On Friday, I was expecting to meet up with a friend later. So I was like, okay, so I got to get everything done and be ready so that I can go hang out with this friend. So I rushed home, I showered, I put all of my clothes in the laundry bin because I hadn't done laundry in a couple weeks and I didn't have any more clothes. And I had expected to not hang out with this friend on Friday, or I was not expecting to hang out with this friend on Friday. It ended up happening anyway. Anyways, not the point. Point is, I didn't have laundry. I had to go do laundry. So I just showered really, really fast and then put my clothes in the car and drove off to do my laundry. And then there was like a fiasco over at the laundromat too. It was kind of a mess. So I was hungry. I hadn't eaten since 9 in the morning, which I highly do not recommend. And, I just was really getting hungry. And so I was like, thinking about it. And I was like, this is when people aren't able to stay on their path. This is when people think, oh, I've been doing really good on my diet, been doing really, really well, and it's going to be okay if I get a small French fry and a 4-piece chicken nugget at McDonald's. It's going to be totally fine. I'll just make sure everything is small and it'll be okay. Yes and no. Yes, it is better to get a small French fry than to get a large French fry. I don't know if they still have the super size thing. I know they did a video on it, on the Super Size Me, which if you have not seen that video, please go watch that, but do not be eating when you do. And no, it's not the best. You had a goal of whatever your goal was. Maybe your goal was to not eat fried food, and now you're going off and eating fried food. Like maybe your goal was to not eat fast food. Maybe your goal was to lose a certain amount of weight. Maybe your goal was to eat healthy, to make better choices. Whatever your goal was, you're not able to keep it in that moment because you don't have a plan. Now, I already did a video on being prepared and expecting the worst and being ready for it. I'm not going to do that. But same rules kind of apply. Like when I was doing laundry, right next to me was a Starbucks. Behind me was a KFC. Next to that was a McDonald's. Across the street from McDonald's is Burger King. There's an Arby's next to the KFC. There's a Wendy's next to the Arby's. There were so many places, so many choices that I could have gone to. There was a Taco Bell, Panda Express. There's like a little plaza and had all of that. There was Domino's, Jack in the Box. There was a lot of choices that I could have made. These eggs came out so nice. Like, so nice. I'm so excited. See, guys, I can cook. Set that down. Whatever your goal was, though, You didn't keep it if you're going to get a small French fry and a 4-piece nugget. Is it a lot of food? No. No, of course not. But it's not the food that you told yourself that you were going to eat. It's not the food that you wanted to eat. It's not the correct food. You're cheating. Maybe you didn't mean to cheat, but you are. And that's just what happened. So how do you not get into those situations? How do you prevent that from happening? How are you able to not have fried food, fast food, whatever? All right. So in my case, there's an acai place where it's vegan. It has a lot of really great different types of food, different types of snacks available. None of it's fried. It's all freshly made. There's a juice bar in there. And that is my location. I came from the East Coast. We did not have those places in the East Coast. That is one of the luxuries of living in San Diego. But I am positive that you have a grocery store. Maybe not Sprouts, but maybe you have a Trader Joe's. I know for a fact Trader Joe's has pre-made salads. I know for a fact that grocery stores in general have a pre-made salad, whether it's Shop and Save, Price Chopper, Shaw's, Food for Less, Sprouts, Trader Joe's, Vaughn's, Ralph's. I don't know what grocery store you have, what chain you have, but I know they have pre-made salads. I know they have pre-made fruit salads. I know they have these things because I didn't always live in San Diego. I used to live on the East Coast. I lived in New York. I lived in Boston. I lived in Maine. I grew up in Maine. I don't know why I forgot that one. But I grew up in a lot of different places. Okay, I've been all across the East Coast. I went to Florida. I've just been in so many places, so many locations that I know no matter which grocery store you pick, there is going to be a pre-made something. And that's good. That's what you want. You want the pre-made something. You don't want the guess the meat at a McDonald's drive-thru. You don't want to have to deviate from your goal. Whatever your goal is. I want you to be as successful as you possibly can with the resources that you have. Not everybody has the same resources. I have pretty amazing resources. I will admit that. It might be slightly easier for me than it is for somebody else to eat healthy because I do have a lot of options. However, it is not impossible. And if this is something that you truly want and desire, there is absolutely no way, no reason why you shouldn't be able to succeed in that. So, my challenge is before you say, well, I didn't think I was going to be out this long. I haven't eaten in so long. I haven't eaten in so many hours. So I'm going to just grab a small French fry and a hamburger, and I'll have water with it. Before you decide to do that, take a look around. Is there a grocery store nearby that you can stop at instead? Is there a health food store that you can stop at instead? is there something else you can stop at instead? Because even if the acai place wasn't right behind me, there was a Stater Brothers, which is a grocery store, right next to the McDonald's. So even if I didn't have the vegan restaurant that I could have gone to and known whatever I was eating was going to be healthy, I could have just as easily gone to the grocery store and grabbed a salad, grabbed a fruit plate, grabbed something that wasn't fried, that wasn't bad for me, that wasn't fast food. So my challenge is to look at your surroundings, take into consideration everything that is available before you decide that that is your only option. So I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'm actually almost done. I can show you guys in just a second. Yes, I did burn the toast again. No, I do not like burnt toast. I don't know why it keeps burning on me. But c'est la vie. That is life. It's fine. It's not really that burnt. I say it's burnt, but it's actually not that burnt. It's fine. It really is. I'm not just saying that. I promise. Ugh, I love cottage cheese. I love lactose-free cottage cheese. So good. And then this is the toast that I was telling you about that I make with coconut oil. It is called Delicious Gluten-Free, 100% plant-based, and egg-free. It's made from millet, and chia bread. There you go. That is the package right there. You can screenshot that. And it's super, super yummy. It's so good. It's all plant-based. The ingredients is, well, I'm not going to read you the ingredients. You can read the ingredients. But there's not a lot. I mean, it's not like, I actually know what things are. It's exciting. Burnt. Oh, wow. Okay. I do like a big breakfast because it helps keep me satiated throughout the day. So here's my breakfast. Yay! Look at those eggs. They came out so nice. Finally. You know, whenever the camera's not on, my eggs come out perfect. My toast comes out perfect. Everything comes out picture perfect. Every time I try to video with you guys, something comes out wrong. So whatever. Anyways, if you have any comments, please leave them down below. If you haven't already, go ahead and click follow and vote for this video. Give it a little thumbs up. And if you have any questions, any concerns, if you need help, if you have no idea where your nearest grocery store is, I will help you find one. And you can just go ahead and leave me that comment down below. If there's anything else you would like to see, leave the comment down below. I will see you in my next video. Bye, dollars.